Hey y'all, good afternoon. Good afternoon. If you are not on the East Coast, good morning, because it is still morning for you. I wanted to come on here real quick. I got some time. I'm not going to be really looking at the comments. So if you guys comment, unless I'm stopping at a red light, I might look. But for the most part, I'm not touching the phone. The phone is mounted. And I am just talking because as I was at my mom's house, I been kind of back and forth in some comments, and I saw that well, actually last night I saw the comment where someone was asking about testing. So I wanted to clarify it, even though I know I've clarified it many times. And one thing I want you guys to understand also, especially my very, very, very faithful followers, the ones who probably been with me before this page ever existed, they know that even if someone asks me a question and I get the same question 10 times, guess what? I'll answer that same question 10 times. It does not bother me to answer questions more than once. So I want you guys, if you definitely are new followers and you see people like, why they keep asking the same question over and over, it's perfectly okay with me. It doesn't bother me, because no two people are always going to see the same video or know that questions have already been asked. So it is fine with me. Just want you guys to know that. But the purpose of this video is because I want to talk really quickly about testing. When it comes to HIV testing, you're going to get a few things from this test. This test is going to tell you whether you are negative or positive. Now, if someone gets a negative HIV test result, depending on where you go to get tested and how their test is actually, what wording they use, you are going to see either negative, non-reactive, or not detected. Those are the most typical things that you're going to see on a negative test result for HIV. You'll see negative, non-reactive, which is non, reactive, or not, N-O-T, not detected. Those are the three different things most commonly that you're going to find on a negative test. Now, if you go and get tested, and for whatever reason your test comes back and says that you are positive, HIV positive, your test is going to say reactive, it's going to say positive, or it will say detected. So basically the opposite of what it would say if it was negative. It's going to say either positive, reactive, or detected. Now, if someone is HIV positive, like for myself, like if I go right now and say, you know what, I'm going to just go take me a test, even though I know I'm undetectable and, I can't give nobody the virus, I'm undetectable, but I'm going to go take me an HIV test just for the hell of it. Guess what? My HIV test is going to say positive or reactive or detected. There is no way, shape, fashion, or form my test is going to say that I am negative when I know for a fact I am positive. The only time you will ever see a test that is going to give you the opposite of what it actually is if, in fact, it is a faulty test. We do have tests that can give false positives and false negatives. This happens with all tests, not just HIV tests. You get pregnancy tests all the time where people think I'm pregnant, and then they take again, or they go to the doctor, and the doctor like, baby, you ain't pregnant. But the test could have said it. So we have a such thing as false positive and false negatives. However, with someone who is in fact HIV positive, who is undetectable, even though they're undetectable, they cannot transmit the virus to someone else, their HIV test is still going to say that they are positive. How do I know this? Because when I was going to college at the University of Central Florida, I took a HIV course. In that course, the teacher required all students to go and get HIV testing done. We had to do a whole simulation. We had to get an HIV test done. We had to act like we was taking medicine. Now, granted, I really was taking medicine. Granted, I really was positive. And I told the teacher, I was like, so you mean to tell me you still want me to go take a test, even though I'm telling you I'm already diagnosed? I still had to go take the test. So when I went to take the test, sit back, baby. Okay, I still had to, I let the people know when I went to get tested. I said, hey, listen, I'm taking a course. I already know my status is positive, but my teacher is still requiring me to be, to be tested. So, and I had to let them know that, so that when my test did come back positive, that it wasn't as if they were adding a new person into the database of being HIV positive, that they understood this is someone who is just getting a test and they already have a diagnosis. They have forms to fill out for this stuff too. And so my test came back saying I was positive. And I knew it. So, that's why I wanted to just really get on here real quick and just tell you guys that, like, listen, you are never ever going to see someone who's undetectable and HIV positive go and take a test, and that test is going to come back and say they're negative. If someone assumes or thinks that they're HIV positive. So, for example, let me just give y'all some scenarios, because I know sometimes a lot of people be like, well, I went and got, they might say, oh, well, somebody went and got tested and it was negative, and then when they went back again, it was positive. Well, listen, there is what's called a window period for testing. So, for example, say today you have unprotected sex or condom break, or you're exposed to the HIV virus. And say within that window period, the window period is anywhere between 10 to 12 weeks. So say anywhere between 10 and 12 weeks from today, you go and get tested. The chances of your test coming back negative is very, very likely. The chances of you going and getting a positive test after that 10 to 12 weeks is very, very likely. Because anytime within that 10 to 12 week period, the virus, depending on your body, now you got to remember, everybody's body is not the same. My immune system and your immune system and others' immune systems, no two people have the same immune system. So you have some people who could get exposed, and within a week or 2 weeks, their body already recognizes that it has the virus and it's in there and it's manifesting it. It's doing what it's doing. But then you have some people who their immune system is a lot stronger, and maybe they did get infected, but maybe their body fights it as long as it can for longer before a test is going to show. So you have those scenarios as well. But that's why it's so important to understand this stuff. Like, it doesn't hurt to know this stuff. People feel like, oh, if I go and people know I'm learning about HIV, they might think I got it. Learning about something doesn't mean you have it. You don't, you drive a car, right? You learn about your car. If something on the dashboard pops on your car, alerting you, hey, my air pressure is low, hey, I need gas. You learn that. That's what that means, right? That don't mean you an auto mechanic, but it means you learned enough about something that if something happens, you understand what needs to be done. That's the same thing with HIV and other STDs and your health. You're not learning it because you're trying to go be a doctor or because it's directly affecting you. You're learning it because if at any point you are presented with a situation, you know what to do. Even if it's just the basics, you know. So that's why it's so important. Let me say that again. 1 in 4 people. 1 in 4 people. 1 in 4 people are infected with the HIV virus. 1 in 4 people are infected with the HIV virus. So you're always around somebody and you don't even know that they're HIV positive. It happens. You don't know it, but you are. So it's always, always important to understand and to know about this stuff. I don't just talk about HIV and AIDS. I talk about other STDs. I talk about having safe sex. I've been on here showing you guys condoms and all, you know. So that I really just wanted to get on here and clarify when we're talking about testing, because a lot of people get confused with the testing. So just to reiterate for anybody just popping on here, and again, I'll go back and look at the questions because I can't look at any questions or comments right now. If you go and get tested and you're someone who's HIV positive and you're undetectable, regardless of being undetectable, your HIV test is still going to show that you're positive. There is no test that is going to show. So please don't let somebody come to you. You hearing it from me, okay? You don't believe me? You could go ask a doctor. I don't care. You go ask the doctor if you want to. But I'm here to tell you that there is no way that you are going to encounter someone who's undetectable and HIV positive and they go take a test and that test gonna say they negative. No, it's not. Don't let nobody fool you with that. Don't let nobody come to you and say, well, you know, I can't infect you because if I go take an HIV test, it's gonna show negative. That ain't how it works. People, this is something that I've heard people being told. I've had people come to me and say, hey, well, I met this guy or this woman and they told me that because they undetectable and if they went and took a test that it'll show they was negative, so if I'm with them, I'm good. I was like, what? Like, no, if they go take a test, it's gonna still show that they're positive. They can't infect you if they're truly undetectable, but when it comes to situations like that, more than likely, those are people who are probably not even really undetectable. You have to be very, very mindful of people and how they present stuff to you. If somebody is presenting a situation or scenario to you, especially if they're just trying to really be adamant with you about, oh, yeah, I really am undetectable. I am undetectable. Oh, this, and this. Then at that point say, okay, well, since you telling me you undetectable, well, do you mind if I go with you to your next doctor appointment? Throw that at them. Throw that at them. Are you okay with me going with you to your next appointment? You say you want to be with me. You say you want, you care about me. So if I'm telling you, hey, if you let me into this part of your life and I go with you to the doctor, if your doctor say you're undetectable, then hey, we can have whatever. But do that. And I guarantee you, if the person is really, really being truthful, they would not have a problem with it. But if they lying, they're going to give you every excuse why you can't go with them to the doctor. Somebody who is really, really adamant about wanting to have a relationship with somebody, they are going to do whatever it is to show you that they are being truthful. So that's why I say it is important. It's very important to do this stuff. I tell y'all, what have I told y'all? My biggest regret is what? Not seeing that piece of paper. And I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to even take it a step further. Don't even see the piece of paper outside of the doctor's office. I want you to see the piece of paper or whatever they going to get that person in the clinic. I want you to see that paper in the clinic. Don't let nobody go get tested and come to you and bring you a piece of paper, because listen, I have personally encountered incidents where people have went and made fake test results and have given them to people when in fact they were actually positive. I've seen it. It ain't nothing to photocopy, make a copy, or make something look like something in 2023. So make sure that if you're going to go get tested with somebody, you make sure you're seeing their test results in that clinic. Hell, matter of fact, since they got your results, go on and log into your My Chart. Let me see your My Chart while we sitting right here in the doctor's office. Because if they giving them the results, that means it's already loaded up in your little My Chart or whatever app your office use. Sitting there. Let me see it. That was the biggest mistake I ever made, trusting somebody enough to not look at that piece of paper. Yeah, I want y'all to trust who you with. I would never tell you not to trust the person that you are in love with. But do not make the mistake that I made of trusting them so much that you don't see the paper and you take their word for it. And somebody said in the comments to me, they said that, well, they were responding to somebody. And they were like, don't y'all feel like she probably done beat herself up enough about not seeing the test results? You absolutely right. Do you know how many times I have sat and cried? Not now, but in the past. You know how many times I sat and I cried? Because all I could say while I was crying was, why didn't I look? Why didn't I look? You know how many times that ate me up? That I just didn't look. One simple act of just looking could have stopped all this. Literally. I was so used and so comfortable with my own routine that I wasn't even thinking about it. Because people still keep thinking, oh, she went and got tested because they was getting married. No. I went and got tested because that's what I did every year. Y'all so used to not checking on your own damn health that you don't even know that it's a routine that you need to be doing. You need to be going every year. Don't go to the doctor and let them be all up in your cooter and in your prostate, but you ain't letting them check you for HIV and STDs. Like, why go and get a yearly physical if you ain't gonna get everything checked? That yearly physical is not checking you for STDs and HIV. Yeah, in the pap smear, they might check you for, they might check the whatever they collect for, like, chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis or something, but they ain't checking it for HIV. So you need to make sure that when you going to get these annual and yearly physicals, that you are adding a full STD panel as well as HIV testing, and you are signing that consent form for your doctor to do the HIV testing. Now, and somebody asked me this the other day. They was like, so you mean to tell me when I go to the doctor and I ask them to check me for everything, if I don't sign a consent form for HIV, they not testing me for HIV? You're damn right. If you ain't signing a form, giving your doctor consent, or when you get them results, they not telling you your HIV test was negative, because they're going to specifically tell you, oh, your gonorrhea was negative, your syphilis was negative, your chlamydia was negative, your HIV test was negative. If they ain't saying HIV test negative, you ain't been tested for no HIV. You're not. People are assuming that when they go in for their yearly physicals that they are being tested for this stuff, and you are not. They're not doing it. So please, you guys, get on top of and stay on top of your health. If you sexually active and you have a new partner more than once in a year, every time you get a new partner, you need to be going, you and your partner, to go get tested. Together. You need to be going to get tested. Don't send your partner to go get tested and say, okay, well, whatever your results is, that's what it is for me too. No. You need your own results. And yeah, I got me a big old large sweet tea. I needed that sugar today. And I'm at a red light, y'all. So, but yeah. And like I said, if I miss comments since I've been driving, I'm gonna go back and look at the comments. You want to move to Florida so bad, girl? You ready for a hurricane? Nah, hurricanes can be deadly for sure. We've seen it many, many times, but I live in Florida all my life, with the exception of a couple times when I have not lived here, and it's not that bad. If you live on the beach, then why would you move to the beach in a hurricane? That's like moving to California and living like right by the earthquake fault line. Like why would you live by the earthquake exactly where the earthquakes hit? I wouldn't do that. But yeah, I need you guys to stay on top of y'all health. I need y'all to really do that. Make sure you getting these tests done. I literally was doing a routine test, and I just said to him, hey, since I'm going to establish myself with your doctor, and I'm going to get my labs done for my yearly. Because like I say, I was a phlebotomist, drawing people blood, being a medical assistant. I say, I'm going to go ahead and establish myself as a patient at your primary care physician. Since I'm going to get tested, you want to go ahead and go get tested too. And with no question, no blink or flinch of an eye, he said yes. And that is how we end up both going to his doctor to get tested. It wasn't because we was getting married. Like, honestly, I trusted this man enough that when I think back on it, I really would have probably ended up marrying him without ever having the test done, because the state of Florida didn't even require testing before marriage. So had I not just did my normal routine, I probably would have never even did that before we got married. Looking back on it, because that's how much it's like, I think people say what they woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda done now because they're here. But when you are put in a situation, or when you're in a situation, you don't think about none of that. Like, think about the people that you've been in relationships in the past. Think about the people who, like, if you're married, think about before you got married to this person. Did you marry this person without trusting them? Did you have a relationship with somebody without trusting them? Like, I've never met anybody. Show me one person who was in a relationship or a marriage with somebody they didn't trust. Who does that? I ain't never known nobody to get married without, and they ain't trust the person. That's weird, right? It's like, I don't know. It's like people have this misunderstanding, a misconception of trust. They don't even really understand what trust means. Trust means if I'm trusting somebody, like, they talking about, oh, you gave them too much trust. Okay, this is somebody you get ready to marry. Ain't you supposed to be giving them all your trust at that point? At the point of marriage, that person should have all your trust and you should have all their trust. At the point of marriage. Like, that's why sometimes I be looking at comments, I be like, do they really understand what they saying? Like, are they really comprehending that they just said the craziest thing ever that don't make no sense? But okay, go ahead, go off, sis. Go off, bro. Whatever, because I just be looking at them like, do you understand? You telling me, well, you shouldn't have trusted him that much. Well, how much am I supposed to trust somebody I'm finna marry? Tell me that. Tell me that. Because maybe I'm confused about trust. Like, what? Whew, people, child, tell ya. Yeah, look. I just be like, what? Right, what is too much trust? Like, what? Oh, you trusted that person too much. Oh, my bad for thinking that I was finna be spending the rest of my life with somebody I trusted. Like, damn. That's the part that really be kicking me. That part trips me out. And the other part that really trips me out is when people say, well, his mama tried to tell you, listen, I don't give a good God, holy hot damn what y'all feel like his mama tried to do. I knew his mama before I knew him. Okay? I knew his mama probably a whole year before I knew him. His mama introduced me to him, which means when his mama introduced me to him, his mama already knew he was HIV positive because she introduced me to him a year after he had already been diagnosed. So when his mama found out that a couple years after she introduced me that me and him started dating, she should have been the friend that she was to me before I started dating her son and before she introduced me to him. She should have been that person then to come to me and tell me whatever she thought that I knew. Because let her tell it, well, my son said he told you. So if your son telling me that if he say he told me, then as a person who knew me before your son, at that point, you should have came to me and said, well, Renee, Greg told me that you knew. Greg told me you know. And I would have said, I know what? And then that's when she could have said, well, he told me that he told you he was HIV positive. And in that moment, I would have said to her, I don't know shit. Or something along them lines. You see what I'm saying? So his mama had years of opportunity to say something if she wanted to. Even in the moment when I stood her and her son face to face, if she knew her son was a bold-faced ass liar in her face, if she knew her son was lying in her face to me, she should have cut him off right then. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me you finna stand here in my face and lie to this woman about your HIV status? That's what she should have did. Not stand there with her mouth closed and looking crazy and stupid and making herself look like a liar that she was already known to be. Because what y'all don't understand is his mama was a known liar. She used to be a drug addict. She was a prostitute. She was a whole lot of other stuff in her past life that still carried on, even though she was already at that point, I believe, in her 60s or whatever. She, she still had moments where she was considered a liar. I sat there and watched her be a liar sometimes because her own husband didn't know she smoked weed, and I didn't know it either until I was presented around her in a private moment. Because now here I am finna marry your son, I'm finna be your daughter-in-law. Now you showing me who you really are. So at that point, I'm looking like, damn, I didn't know she smoked weed. Smoke weed. When I say smoke weed, she had to been smoking weed because she was born in. Hell, I'd have been choking it. She was comfortably smoking weed, y'all. So at that point, I'm like, well, damn. She ain't opened her mouth. She must be lying. Something must have happened. Now she just trying to do something so we don't get married. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Because again, I knew that I went and got tested. I knew he supposedly had got tested, and we sat in front of this doctor and said we was both negative. So I'm like, damn, I know we both negative, so what is she talking about? That was my thought process in that moment. Not realizing or even knowing that he already was diagnosed, and the doctor actually, instead of testing him, was telling him, you need to tell her you positive. You want me, the doctor even offered to tell me for him, and he told the doctor, no, I'll be the one, I'll tell her. And the doctor trusted his patient enough that he was going to do the right thing. So when some of y'all get on here and y'all, ask these questions, I need y'all, if I post a video and say, listen, this the full story, watch it. You can fast forward it if I'm rambling about something in the video and you be like, man, she just rambling. And you want to fast forward, guess what? All replays, you can fast forward and rewind. You ain't got to sit through the whole hour, 2 hours if it's that long, because some of the videos are a little lengthy. You ain't got to sit through the whole video. Fast forward, rewind, whatever. But every question that anybody has ever asked me or can ask me is there. The answer to the questions are there. But again, I don't mind repeating myself. We're going to get out in 1 second, okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. Me and Michelle ride. I got me a helper with me today, y'all. We got to beat the rain. It's supposed to rain in a couple hours, so we trying to do our little errands. So yeah. Now, I'm not driving right now, so if you have a specific question you want to ask me where I can read the comments and I can see it. Girl, listen, Regina. Hey, boo. Regina. Right. The doctor trusted him too much, too. Because don't we all want our doctors to trust us as their patient? And doctors want to trust their patients are being truthful with them. When you go to the doctor and the doctor asks you when was the last time you had sex, or if you go because for example, when you go get HIV testing done, they ask you these questions. They ask you, have you ever used drugs? When was the last time you had sex? And things like that. Are you being truthful with the doctor when they're asking you when was the last time you had sex? A lot of people are not. Some people say, oh, I ain't had sex in so long, when the truth is you was on top of somebody's son last night. Or you was with somebody. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people are not being truthful. But there are moments when the trust is there. Like, who, child? I missed something, but I do have a question. Hey, Tia, what's your question, Tia? I got you, Tia. Go ahead and ask your question before I get off of here. Is this man your twin's dad or your oldest daughter's dad? Riri. So the person who infected me is my twin's father. I have my oldest daughter was already born. That's a whole nother story, and that's a whole nother story. Let's put it this way. My oldest daughter, I'm going to just say this real quick. My oldest daughter is here because her daddy put holes in the condom. That's a whole nother educational point I could give to y'all about not making sure that y'all seeing these condoms these men is using. Okay? Yeah. But no, the person who infected me is the twins. The twins. I have 4 kids. So I have 4 kids. My oldest is she'll be 20 in September. The twins just turned 15 in March. And my youngest will be 9 in July. She's 8. So I have 4 kids. Let's see. Yeah, I have 4 kids. I'm going to scroll up a little bit. Make sure I ain't missed nothing. Okay. That's a lot of scrolling. All right. So before I get off of here, anybody got questions you can ask? Let me put some stuff. I just been licking my lips. Y'all know I don't be out here. Get my good Carmex on these lips, child. Hold on. Yeah, and Micah stayed home today. All the kids was home today. Because so I know y'all probably was like, dang, she going to bed early. I got off. I didn't necessarily go to sleep last night, but I went ahead and told you guys good night last night because Micah had a seizure yesterday. So he had like a 2-minute seizure, and I was like, let me just keep an eye on him. Let me get off of social media. So I literally, when I posted about 9:30 and said good night, I got offline. I put my phone on the charger and I didn't really bother it. I put my little sleep music on. I got this little, the little meditation stuff that you sleep with. I put that on and I kept an eye on him, and that was my night. So I say usually when he has a seizure, sometimes he goes months without having he's went years, but they have started to become a little frequent now, and he may have 1 seizure a month. His last seizure he had was in March. So he just had one last night. And so usually the next day I'll keep him home just to let him relax and rest. So he'll go back to school tomorrow, and then I say, well, since I'm gonna keep him home, let me just keep Michelle home too. Let her get a little mental health day and be home. But ain't nobody staying home the rest of the week. They getting up out of here the rest of this week. Bye. Get to your schoolhouse. Get to your school's house. So yes, Crystal, Micah is spoiled. Let's see. Regina said, when you meet someone, how fast should you tell them? I tell them my status immediately. I don't like if I'm meeting someone who's approaching me. Cause okay, of course, if it's somebody I'm just meeting casually, I'm not just out here saying, hey, I'm HIV positive, and we just having a casual conversation with somebody that's like a friend type situation. No, but if someone approaches me with the notion of, hey, you're pretty, do you mind if I have your phone number? Something like that, then yeah, I'm telling them like straight up, pretty much. And guess what? If I ain't telling them, my oldest daughter be like, listen, what she say? Well, you're gonna have to deal with my mama and her followers. I'll be like, girl, she be tripping me out. She be like, yeah, my mama, like, cause my oldest daughter loves to read books. So if I'm like, she'll be like, oh yeah, you like books? Well, my mama got some books. My mama has written 2 books. Like, she'll tell them straight up. And then that's when they'll say, well, what are the books about? And then it goes from there. It's funny to me. What What do the kids know about their dad? Absolutely nothing, Mo. Nothing, because Micah has his cerebral palsy. He's nonverbal. He functions sometimes less than a year old. Some things he's very advanced on. So he doesn't understand. Michelle has never been around him. He's never physically seen them face to face. He has never seen them face to face. Maybe pictures. I know in the past when he got out of prison, I sent him some pictures of them, but he's never been in their presence ever at all. And so they don't know him. If anything, my youngest daughter's dad is who Michelle would reference as dad or something like that, because that's who she's been around more than anybody else. So that's who, if she sees him, she'll be like, hey, dad, you know, something like that. But other than that, they don't know who he is. And that's not just on purpose. It's just, you know, we live in life. I'm not finna sit here and worry about somebody who doesn't want to be bothered. Do you at least get child support for the twins? So, yes. So, so pretty much since he's been out of prison, he got out of prison in 2012. So since he's been out of prison, he's been able to have jobs. A couple times he got jobs and people realized who he was and he lost his job. But for the most part, he's been able to go to work. Been able to get child support. I didn't get child support the end of 2021 going into 2022. And I actually had to drive to South Carolina. So this was my first time seeing him in 14, 15 years in August. Well, yeah, August of this past year. August 2022 was the first time I was face to face with him since the day he got sentenced to go to prison. And so I had to go to court for child support because he was in contempt of court. He had not paid in over a year. And, you know, they had that whole thing where if either you give this amount of money or you go to jail and all. And so I had to go then. But since then, even at that moment, he had started a new job. And I have not had... What's up, girlie? Shay Martin. Oh, my goodness. I'm like running on low fuel. That's my mom's car. The little notification popped up talking about you running on low fuel. Well, I guess Nana better go get her some gas. While she over there running on low fuel. All right. Any last questions before I get out of here? So if you guys are popping in right now and you don't know what the heck this video is about, it really was just about me explaining the difference between what it means to have an HIV positive or an HIV negative test. And also just really reinforcing the fact that if someone is HIV positive, there's no way, shape, fashion, or form that they're ever going to go and take an HIV test and it's going to show negative. Whether they're undetectable or not, the test is always going to show that they're HIV positive. That was really the basis of this live. Then, you know, some people really wanted to ask some other questions, so I've answered some other questions. If you missed the beginning of this video, I do apologize. Replays are going to be posted. You can go back and rewatch. If you have questions as you're watching the replay, feel free to ask in the comments. I try my best. I promise you guys. I try my best to go back and look at the comments. Sometimes they get so... There's so many comments that I just can't. But you can always message me with questions. If you have a really serious question that you feel you really need an answer to, message me and ask me. That's no problem. Hey, John. What's up, John? You see my Celtics on it. All we need is one more game. We need one more game so we can go ahead and sweep Philly on up out of here. I hope we sweep Philly, man. I feel like we're going to sweep Philly. Philly okay, but they ain't no Celtics. Where's my favorite necklace? Girl, listen. So let me tell you. And I went to my mama's house today and I forgot. Here go my necklace, y'all. Y'all like, dang, she ain't had her necklace on. I got to put a new class on it. I got some at my mom's house, but my little class, it broke. So I got some at my mama's house for my little repair kit that I have. So I'm gonna have to put a new one on here. So that is why you have not seen me with my favorite necklace on. All my people know I be wearing my necklace, but I can't wear it because the thing broke. The little lobster claw broke on it, but it's right here. I keep it with me. Yes, Celtics. I need us to go all the way, May. All the way, May. Yes. Things are looking good for you all. Oh, yeah, we gonna get it. Come on, Boston. Yes, I need them to get it, man. Do we play tonight? I think we play tonight. I mean, it ain't no question if Boston Celtics gonna go to the playoffs. We know we're gonna be in the playoffs every year. I just need them to finish it off this year. It's been a minute. We need another chance. We need another one. Because I'm telling y'all right now, if we get into the finals, I'm going to be at one of them games. If we get to the finals, the last of the last, I'm be up in Boston. I don't care. I'm going to be in the cheapest seat they got. Yup. All right, you guys. 7 p.m. Oh, yeah. Also, since I know they playing tonight. Where's your Michelle? Michelle right here. Say hey, Michelle. You got to lean this way. Come over.
I am.
She got to get her hair washed tonight. You get your hair washed tonight?
Yes.
Yeah, it's growing. We got to wash it, pick it out.
But it will hurt.
It's not going to hurt. Her hair might be long enough for me to twist. I got to see. You want me to twist your hair?
No, I don't need a twist.
You want it to be picked out?
Yes.
Come back. Did my sound come back? Yeah, there you go. Oh, girl. My bad, y'all. Mila called. You getting ready for new edition? Hold on. New edition to it this Saturday. Man, you know what? I done seen New Edition so much. I'm New Editioned out. I've seen so much New Edition. What is this? Oh, they got where you can reduce background noise on your thing now. They done updated the little they done updated some stuff on here. What that say? Oh, I can make a poll. They done updated some stuff. Mila called me tonight. She want me to bring her back some candy. She want me to bring her back some candy. All right, Michelle, you ready to go in here and get Miss Kayla some watermelon? Anything you need out the store?
Yes.
What you need?
Cereal.
Don't you have... Didn't I buy you some Apple Jacks? You got Apple Jacks and what else? Cheerios. What kind of cereal you want? Say, hey, Johnny, thank you.
I'll think about it.
You'll think about it?
Yes.
So you just want cereal? You want one cereal, right?
Yes.
Okay. If it's buy one, get one free, then we'll have two, okay?
Okay. I'll think about it.
You'll think about it?
Yes.
Okay. Here, let's wipe your face because you look like you got some dried up milk around your mouth from your food, from your milk you had. Let's wipe your face, okay?
Okay.
Because we can't go having stuff all on our face, right?
Yes.
Y'all, she is a comedian. Look at her. Come here, let me wipe your face. She's just adorable. Did I get it? Close your eyes. I think you had a piece of hair over your eye. Let's see. Come here. I can't see when you do that. I'm trying to make sure I get that off your face. Okay. Did I get it?
Yes.
I did. Oh, I got it. Mommy got it. This is trash, so we can throw that away. Somebody sent me a package too. I don't even remember what it is, y'all. Hold on. Before I go in the store real quick. I got a package. Let me see what it is. How I open it, child? That's so sad. I'll be seeing to my how I open it. Because, you know, sometimes they have a little thing for you to pull. This one don't have nothing for you to pull. I love getting stuck packages, y'all. I like little keepsakes and stuff. I don't even know what this is. Why I can't open it, Michelle? I don't have no muscles. Don't say yes. Don't you even say you was gonna say yeah. Michelle laughing like, yeah, mommy, you ain't got no muscles. Let me see. Child. Okay, now I can open it. Let me see what it is. Because I don't even remember. Did somebody tell me they was sending something? Oh, this is so nice. Wait a minute. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. They sent me some earrings. Oh, wow. It says Tease Art Expressions. Tease Art Expressions. Oh my goodness. Oh, baby. You know I'm what. Y'all gonna be sick of me. Y'all gonna be sick of me with these. Oh, look at them earrings. That kind of look like me too, don't them? That kind of look like me a little. That's cute. Oh my goodness. Them cute. I'm gonna have to they put their thing in here too. Tease Art Expressions, Toya Baldwin. Thank you. She does custom jewelry, adult coloring book, poetry, and more. Wow, look. So that is Tease. And there is, and she hooked the sister up too. She's put the pencils in here. And I have a, oh my gosh. Listen, this is a coloring book. And it has, so this is a beauty in all shades, adult affirmation and coloring book. Listen, look at this. And what I love about it is it has beautiful, look at that. Oh my gosh. So now you know I'm gonna have to go get some pencils too, that have the brown shades in them. Cause baby, my picture's gonna have to be nice in my shade. Thank you, Regina. This is nice. I'm definitely gonna have to make sure and I got a card, y'all. This is my birthday gift. Girlfriend, it's your day. Happy birthday. Enjoy. Look at that cute card. Oh my gosh. Thank you for my birthday gift. Look, I'm going to be coloring too. I'm going to tell y'all now, I am not the best colorer in the world. I can't color. I'm the one, you know how sometimes people be coloring and they be all cute and they look all smooth. So this is really going to help me practice my coloring at 40 years old because it was me who was the kid that couldn't stay in the lines, okay? I used to be mad because I can't color. I couldn't stay in, like, my mom used to be like, why you got to be so messy? Mom, I'm trying. What you mean? It ain't that messy. But I'm going to use that. I'm going to take my time. And I am going to color. Because that's not. That's going to be like. I'm going to have to add that into my routine. Like before I go to bed, I'm going to unwind and just do some coloring. I think I'm going to do that. But I'm going to come back on here later when I get back home, y'all. And just have a regular old conversation. How about that? We'll do that. Because I want to go ahead and end this video. I'm probably going to end up saving this video and putting the beginning part of it, you know, after we start having a little fun, put that on YouTube. But, oh, excuse me, y'all. Look, okay, everybody love coloring. I'm glad I'm not the only one that likes a little coloring book. I'm gonna have to post. I'm gonna take a picture and I'm gonna tag her page in it. So if y'all want to check out those coloring books, you can, because that's a coloring book that she made. Those are custom pictures and stuff. So you guys can definitely, and y'all know I am one of them people who be like, no, people message me all the time and be like, you gonna post, can you post my business? I'd be like, listen, I really don't be trying to do that, because people be like, then everybody gonna always want me to post something. But when people send me stuff, I definitely want you guys to know, because I know y'all seeing it, y'all be like, ooh, what's that? But them earrings, babe, I'm wearing them earrings tomorrow. Let me see what I'm gonna put on tomorrow and be cute. I'm gonna have to go and I'm gonna have to look at my new stuff that I got and find me something cute to put on and put my earrings on. Can't tell me nothing. Can't tell me nothing. Let me get in this store. These people probably like, this lady ain't got her car yet. She just sitting in our parking lot. All right, y'all. Have an amazing day. I'll talk to y'all in a little bit. We're gonna talk later. Okay? Mwah.